Hello everybody, I'm back again, here to do another game video. This is going to be another gameplay, which this time I'm going to try to start a run at Jeopardy for the Super Nintendo. Let's see how well this goes. Player and all will play against computers. Of course, we know I don't know if you can hear it from here, but I'm filming this on the date that Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy will have their season premiere. Anyway, let's take a look at categories. They are the Old Testament, the Big Top, U.S. history, businesses probably, science, and political quotes. I guess I'll keep these, and I'll go with the Big Top for 100.
The answer is...
Circus is Latin for these, of which most large American circuses have. What is a tent? What are tents? No. This game's hard. But I tried to do this one time a couple years ago and I just stopped the video. What are rings? How about the Big Top for 200?
The answer is...
You'd flip over as Congelo, the first woman to perform this stunt on a flying trapeze. What is a triple somersault? Okay. The Big Top 300.
The answer is...
In 1826, Howe and Turner were the first to present their shows in one of these. Now, what is a tent? This time I got it. The Big Top 400.
The answer is...
Nope. A fancy name for a tightrope walker. Jenny buzzes in, and I'm playing against Jim and Jenny. What is a funambulist?
The answer is...
I didn't see the category. In 1951, the U.S. occupied this capital. In 1988, they sent athletes to it. Okay, she went to U.S. history for 100. Jim doesn't know this question. And Jenny says... a CO. Alright. Where's you now? Political quotes for 100.
The answer is...
Many abolitionists have yet to learn this ABC of women's rights, she wrote in 1860. I could be wrong, but isn't it Susan B. Anthony? I don't know if I should try it. Oh, it was Susan B. Anthony. I should have tried it. Anyway, now where to now, Jim? You're gonna finish up the Big Top.
The answer is...
And the answer there, this Florida city called the Circus City is the home of the Ringling Museum. Sarasota. What is Sarasota? Okay, political quotes for 200.
The answer is.
In 1920, long before he became prime minister, he said in war you can only be killed once, but in politics many times. And Jim buzzes in and says, "Who is Winston Churchill?" And that's right. Where's the next one? Science for 100.
The answer is.
Galileo attempted to measure its speed by having men on hills flash lanterns at each other. What is light? The speed of light? Okay, I got it. Let's do the Old Testament 100. As a baby went sailing down the... No, he went sailing down the... Oh, he went sailing down the Nile in the basket. I should have buzzed in with there, but yeah, it was Moses. Maybe if I had read the clue better, I probably would have gotten that. U.S. History 200.
The answer is.
Major act of Jefferson's presidency had doubled the size of the United States. Jenny? Was the Louisiana Purchase. The Old Testament for 200.
The answer is.
Milton described him as Alice in Gaza. Jenny. Who is Samson? Where's your next? Business for
The answer is.
The color of ink used for negative entries in an account ledger. I'm gonna try what is red. Yes, that's it. I guess I'll do the Old Testament 300. In order to stop a storm at sea, he told the sailors to throw him overboard. Was it? It wasn't Noah, was it? Jonah, okay. U.S. History 300.
The answer is.
In 1921, President Harding presented her with a capsule of her radium worth $100,000. Marie Curie. Science 200.
The answer is.
Still no data though yet. Stellar astronomy is the study of these. What are stars? Or is it planets? Oh, stars. Okay, good, I got it. Science 300. Oh, there's the daily double. Now I have $600 here. How much of that doing I bet? How about just 100? Prepared from alcohol by the action of chloride of lime, it can put you to sleep. I'm just going to take a guess and say, what is water? I'm probably wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. What was it? Chloroform. I only bet $100 on that, so oh well. Science for 400.
The answer is
Avogadro's number is the total of these atom groups in the mole of any substance. Jenny, what are molecules? And now where's she going to? Political quotes for 300.
the answer is
Charles Dudley Warner, who once wrote a book with Mark Twain, said, "Politics make these." Jim, he's going to get it wrong. Jenny, what are strange bedfellows? U.S. history for 400.
the answer is
In 1978, a group of Indians began a 2,700-mile trek to Washington, D.C. after occupying this California island. Jenny? She's going to get it wrong. Jim. Alcatraz Island. So I'm back in last place. Where's he going to next? He's going to finish off U.S. history.
the answer is
During the Revolution, this British major was captured as a spy in Tarrytown, New York. Was it Nathan Hale? No, it was John Andre. Nathan Hale might not have been a British person, really. But anyway, what's the next selection? Old Testament for 400.
the answer
And the
is
answer there. Because he asked God for wisdom and not wealth, he got both. Jim? Who was King Solomon? He's going to finish off the Old Testament.
the answer is
The only two women whose names are on the books of the Old Testament. Who are Mary and Esther. No, I lost all the money. Is Esther one of them though? Because I think there was a book in the Bible called Esther, Ruth and Esther. So I was half right, but that doesn't count. Science for 500.
the answer is
Nature, according to ancient scientists, abhors one of these. What is a vacuum? Political quotes 400.
the answer is
This president compared herself to a crusading housewife and let loose in a den of thieves. Jim, who was Corazon Aquino. Right, where we're going to next. Business for 200.
the answer is
Goods go under the hammer at this kind of event. Jenny, what is an auction? An auction, okay.
The answer is
check cashing term meaning to sign on the back. Or at least now I can see where she went to. Business for 300. Was endorse. Business for 400.
The answer is
hiring more workers than job needs, or furnishing grandma's sleeping quarters. Jenny. Oh, she's gonna lose some of her money now. What is feather bedding? Political quotes for 500.
The answer is.
And the answer there. In reference to his post-World War I 14 points, Promencio noted, the good Lord had only 10. Jim. Oh, he doesn't know it. Who was Woodrow Wilson? And now to finish off.
The answer is.
Word said to be derived from the practice of trimming coins with the bezel. Jim. He's gonna get it wrong. Jenny. Was embezzle. So at the end, I don't have any money. Jim has 1,500, and Jenny just took leave with 1,800. Now let's see what's going to happen in Double Jeopardy. And the categories are movie monsters, soul food, games, toys and games, starts with you, and authors. I guess I'll take these. I'll go with games for 200.
The answer is.
Mum plainly beg is throwing by throwing this peg is played by throwing this implement. What is a pocket knife? Toys and games.
The answer is.
One piece of equipment needed to play Mumbledy Bag. A pocket. What is a pocket knife? Or if that's not. That's kind of weird. I'll go with games for 400.
The answer is.
In Monopoly, Atlantic Avenue is yellow and Pacific Avenue is this color. I think I've played Monopoly before, but not a full game. I'm trying to remember. It might be purple, but I don't know. Green. How about toys and games for 400?
The answer is.
Game where Colin Mustard might have done it in the kitchen with the rope. What is Clue? Got it. Game 600.
The answer is.
In a pinnacle, each deck of 4 suits has this many cards. Is it 4? Well, Jenny doesn't know it. 12, okay. Good thing I just stayed out of that. Game's 800.
The answer is
Board game in which a player can create a barrier of which six points which an opponent cannot pass. Jenny. What is backgammon? Toys and games for 600.
the answer is
Spiritual game whose name came from combining the French and German for yes. Jenny was Ojai? Ojai? How do you pronounce that? Oh, well. Anyway, let's see what she's going to next. Toys and Games 800.
the answer is
Board game in which you can double on and double off. Jim. What is darts? Toys and Games 4000.
the answer is
Sheetrock used in manufacturing of pool tables. Jim. What is slate? Games 4000.
the answer is
Author J.R.R. Tolkien helped inspire Gary Gygax and Dave Armstrong to invent this role-playing game. What is Dungeons and Dragons? Yes, got it. Movie Monsters 200.
the answer is
In the 1976 remake, he fell from the World Trade Center. Who is King Kong? Or actually, no, that's not. I'll try it anyway. Although he actually fell off the Empire State Building, so I'm probably wrong on that. No, I got it right. Movie Monsters 400.
the answer is
In Japan, he's known as Gojira. Who is Godzilla? What is Godzilla? Yes, got it. Movie Monsters
the
600.
answer is
In Young Frankenstein, he put the rich as Frankenstein's mother. Jenny. Who is Peter Boyle? Soul Food 200.
the answer is
Mary's little baby loves it. Jim. Or shortening bread. So food 400.
the answer is
Still two daily doubles. Also called groundnuts or goobers. What are peanuts? Peanuts. Yes, got it. Let's go back to Movie Monsters for 800.
the answer is
Bram Stoker popularized this monster, one of the most often portrayed in movies. Who is Dracula? And of course, the Castlevania games have Dracula as the final boss. In most of them, anyway. So now I'm in second place. Movie Monsters 4000.
The answer is
These giant insects were the title monsters in them. Might be ants, but let's just see what Janie says. Oh, it was ants. Should have buzzed in on that. And that would have given me the lead, actually. Soul Food 600.
the answer is
A fried fritter named for the hungry dog. It's hushed. Oh, shoot. What is a hush puppy? Is that what it is? Yeah, but I didn't get buzzed in time. So Food 800. And that's one of the two daily doubles. How much is he going to bet? 3,700. Here's the clue. Hominy and grits are both made of this grain. And Jim does not know it, so he goes down to $1,000. The answer was corn. The question was corn, rather. Is he going to finish off soul food?
the answer
The
is
answer there. Southern pancake grain or Little Rascal? Jim. What is buckwheat? Author's 200.
the answer is
After marrying Eliza Stowe's widower, she had a daughter named Eliza and wrote a book about Eliza. Jim. Harriet Beecher Stowe. Okay. Starts with D for 200.
the answer is
A motorcycle. What is a unicycle? Yes. Starts with U for 400.
the answer is
Howard, Emery, and Rice, among others. Jenny. What are universities? Starts with E for 600.
the answer is
A final proposition or demand by one or two negotiating parties. Jim. What is an ultimatum? Starts with E for 800.
the answer is
Answer there. In psychology, the part of the mind that rarely has awareness. Jim. What is the unconscious? So he and I are tied for second place. Starts with E for 1,000.
the answer is
Formerly called Urja, it's the capital of Mongolia. Jim. What is Ulaanbaatar or Bator? Now it's time for the lead.
the answer
Alex
is
for 400. Poet whose wife died after her dress caught on fire while he worked on Tales of Wayside Inn. Jenny. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. So she's up to $5,000. Let's see what happens next. What's next? August 600, and there's the other daily double. And she's only going to go $2,000. Besides some songs, he wrote only one major poem, Tam O'Shanter, after age 27, and she's not going to get the money because she got it wrong. Who was Robert Burns? I may actually win this game. For the record, I've never won at this game by myself.
The answer is...
There's 800. Mark Twain's last home, Stormfield, named for one of his last characters, was in this state. Jenny, what is Connecticut? And now let's take a look at the $1,000 clue to end off the round.
The answer is...
His story, Music for Chameleons, was about a real-life friend who played Mozart for lizards. Jim. Who was Truman Capote? I was just checking the video to see if we're still filming. Let's see how much room I had. And now let's go to Final Jeopardy. I'm going to turn around here so I cannot see the wagers. Or the clue of the category. Okay, the category is World Geography. $3,000. For $100,000, the tour company will fly you to this remote point and land you in the mission start station. I'm just going to say, what is Connecticut?
Final Jeopardy answer is...
What was it? The South Pole. So I was way wrong on that. Would I have won if I gotten it? We'll find that out. No, I wouldn't have anyway. Jim got it right. So, so this was another game in which I did not win, but oh well. Maybe one day I'll win it. That's going to do it for this gameplay of Jeopardy for the Super Nintendo. I'll see y'all for the next game, which will be my second game of Wheel of Fortune for the Xbox 360. See you then.